Hey, what's up, guys? This is just gonna be another edition of one of those videos where I talk about stuff that I really care about and stuff I like talking about and explaining to people who may not understand it, and just kind of sharing my views on, the world and things in it. So this one, before I tell you what it's about and I explain it, I do need to tell anyone who's watching this that follows like my ears and what I'm doing, because right now I'm 1 millimeter above 3/4, and it's still not getting to 7/8, and I'm so impatient. I just got paid, so I bought a pair of plugs on Amazon that's 1 more millimeter, so now it's 1 less millimeter than 7/8. So now I'm going to be one step closer. I'm going to make a video when those come in. So now that that's all the way, I will tell you guys the story. This video, well, all you guys really need to know is what's in the title, but I'll explain it a little bit further. Because basically, people, when I say depression in music, I don't exactly mean like when you're listening to music. Because I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you may, some of you may not if you're watching this video for the first time. I'm in a band called The Beauty in Her Eyes. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, all that. So if you want to check that out, you can. But I've been in this band for a little over a year now, and we've played 30, 40 plus shows at this point, and it's a wild ride. Like, I loved and wanted to pursue music since I was, really, really little. I mean, my dad and me used to listen to music like every single day for years. From when I was like in kindergarten is when I started really getting into music. At first, like just listening to music, and all the way up until 6th grade. And I basically, when my dad died, the last thing I took was music. The first thing my mom did was she went out and bought me a Led Zeppelin CD, because I always listened to it on the computer, but I never had a CD for in the car. So that was basically the instinct that first popped up to me, that I have to do music, because that was the first thing that helped me get through all of that. And I've been playing music ever since. Like, I learned how to play the guitar, and I learned how to play the piano, and then I had never really played drums, but I joined a band and I got better at drums, joined another band, got better and better, and now I was in the beginning of this band, which I'm still a part of today. And when something like that is supposed to give you so much happiness, something that you you your peace in, and that you can, let it all out. That's the kind of perspective that I've had of it, Like, when I first started playing shows, I used to go there and just have so much fun. Like, it was all about just, like, playing that show, getting that rush. And the more that you play music live, like a concert, the more it becomes almost like a trance. Like, you've done it, especially when you're playing the same songs over and over again with your band. It's like, it becomes so repetitive and so, like, dependent on you to do well, that it almost becomes like a trance. Like, you get lost in doing it. And every single concert I perform, I just get deeper and deeper into the music. Like, I just fall, like, if it was just this big hole, like, I feel like every time I'm just endlessly falling, like, over and over again. And your mind shuts off. In the real world, like, we deal with shit like every single day. Like, all of us deal with something every single day that we do not want to deal with. Like, whether when you're an adult, if it's paying bills, or if it's paying rent, or if it's working. I mean, some jobs just aren't suited for people, and some people just do not like their jobs, and that's understandable. Like, you're not supposed to like your job sometimes. I mean, some people get lucky and get their dream jobs, but most of us are just doing what we have to do in order to get by. And I mean, I feel the same way. And I don't know, like, especially, actually, thinking about teenagers. I mean, teenagers, I don't want to say we have it worse. In the real world, adults may have it worse, but in our minds, teenagers have it much worse. Because, I mean, everyone was a teenager at one point, unless you're not a teenager yet. But if you're older, I mean, we all know what it feels like, that pain and, like, heartbreak, and dealing with, social interaction and people, like, the way that they treat you on a day-to-day basis, and being around all these people in high school. Like, it's terrifying. And the real world is so tough for all of us at some point or another. So very few people have it easy, and the most of us just deal with it. And for me, I mean, everyone has their escape, but mine is playing drums. You know, you're playing for that crowd and you're getting all that adrenaline, and like I was saying, you know, you go into this trance, and it's just like the whole world, all of reality, and like every bad thing going on in your life is gone. It's gone for that 20-minute set that you play. Maybe it's in front of like 5 people like it was for me last night. Like I played for a crowd that wouldn't even fill a third of my room, on this camera space right now. And it's still, that 20 minutes was just the best part of my life up until that point. You know, because it just gets better and better, and it just sucks you away. It's almost like a drug. Musicians say that they get lost in that shit. That's why some musicians just quit the business, because they're so lost in touring and that music and that rush every single day, and people depending on them to give them that music. Like, it's crazy. And if you haven't played a show for people, you wouldn't understand it. I mean, there are other things that you might put pressure on, but in my experience, I've never experienced anything more entrancing than live music, playing it. The whole point is that if you can imagine my perspective of what real, like, live music, playing it for a crowd, like what that enthralls, imagine coming back to reality. And that's where the depression kicks in. I mean, this does not apply to everyone. I guarantee you, this does not apply to everyone. Because some people get this huge confidence, exhilaration, adrenaline boost when they get off stage, and they're happier than, you know, the person who won the lottery. Like, they are just so pumped that they did this and they pulled it off once again. You know, it varies, and not everyone is the same. But there are people like me who, you're in that moment, you're playing, and you hit that last note on your drum kit, and you look at the crowd, and you're done. It's over. It's like you fall out of your dream and hit reality right on the floor. And it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard decision to make, because you're throwing yourself into constant depression, even though you know when you wake up the next morning. Like, I woke up this morning and I was happy. Like, it was fine. But it's just remembering that reality is reality, and this time that you can just lose it all. It's sparing. Like, I can't play a show every night. I'm 16 years old. Like, I'm not a touring musician. Maybe then it might be different, but for now it's like my music is supposed to be the one thing that drives me, the one thing that keeps me going. And the truth is that sometimes it just makes it worse, because you have to deal with coming back to reality over and over again, and sometimes it's just hard to grasp, I guess. I don't know if any of this, you know, any of you guys understand what I'm trying to get out to you, but the whole point is that I love what I do. I love what I do, but it's scary sometimes, because sometimes I'm just afraid, like, I'm gonna come back to reality and just be like this sucks. But in the comment section, I want you guys to comment what your escape is, what makes you super, super happy. And you can go to Alex Yeboy on Ask FM. You can type me shit and I'll respond to you. If you don't want to reveal who you are, my kick, I'll put it down there too. You can message me and talk to me anytime you want. If you have a similar situation where just like the stuff that makes you happy just isn't making you happy anymore and you don't understand why, I'll do my best to help you try and figure that out. I mean, my dad, before he died, the day that he died, he actually passed his final test for a psychology degree. And over the time that he was in school, I loved hearing about him. He taught me everything on how to help people, and it's the legacy that I'm trying to live on. So I won't judge you, and if you want to talk about it, you don't even have to talk about your problems. If you just need someone to talk to, or if you need someone to talk to and share music with, or someone to share art with, or whatever it may be, I love you guys, and I hope that you all are happy. I don't know. I just really hope that you guys make it through, because nobody deserves to lose their life to depression, and no one deserves to have their happiness taken away. So, thanks for watching. Sorry I got sappy on you guys. I just kind of lost it in the moment. Because I talked to my earlier videos, I said, like, the camera screen, like, I feel like I'm not talking to anyone, like, I'm just venting it out to myself. But I hope some of you guys hear it, and you, it does something for you. Well, I don't really have much more to say. It's hard to let go of this video because it's been 11 minutes of pure heart. But I hope you guys comment and talk to me, and I hope you guys stay happy. Alright. See you later, guys.